Hello, baseball fans. Matt back.
From shitty Miami, Florida, it is Game 3 of the National League Division Series, as the Milwaukee Brewers will take on the Miami Marlins. Hi again, everybody. Bob Euchre here, along with nobody else. It's a capacity crowd here at this shitty ballpark, as the Milwaukee Brewers look to sweep the Marlins here on the Brewers Radio Network. Take a look at the first two games in the series. The Brewers won both contests in decent fashion. They won Game 2 with 11 runs and won Game 1 with 6 runs. On the mound for the Crew today will be Free Willie Peralta. And opposing him will be some fucking bagger I never heard of. I think his name is Daryl Todd. I am done with the Bob Euchre for right now. I'm not in the mood to do it. So, we'll just talk normally here. Take a look at the Marlins defense coming into this ball game. They're going to have to step things up if they want to have their season continue on. Boy, this ballpark is quite the eyesore, isn't it? The teal monster. It's fucking ugly. Here's Jonathan Villar standing in. He's 5 for 8 so far in the division series. Once again leading things off for the Crew against Daryl Todd. First pitch of the ball game is a strike. Right down the middle, and we're underway. First two games of the series were played at Miller Park. The Brewers looked good in the first two games. The bats were swinging as per usual, and the 0-1 pitch from Villar sent in the air to center field. It's Christian Yelich to range over and make the catch, and there is one down here in the first. So a fly out to center to get things underway, and standing in now is the legendary Dustin Lutz. First pitch is a curveball outside, 1-0. A lot of young players on this Marlins team. Not acclimated to playoff success a whole lot over the last couple of seasons. As Lutz looks at a strike, and we're even. It's actually pretty loud here in this shithole of a ballpark. It's only been operational for 5 years. Lutz sends it foul, and it's 1-2. Daryl Todd, he has not pitched very well in his limited action with the Marlins. Lutz looks inside, count back to even. Take a look at the umpiring crew. It's Joe McDonald calling balls and strikes behind home plate. 2-2. One man out here in the opening inning. Here's the pitch from Todd, and it's sent in the air to left center and deep. Back goes Yelich, and it is gone. What a way to start the ball game, as Dusty Lutz is doing a Hall of Fame commentary, and he hits a home run. 1-0 Brewers here in the first. He hit that right in that eyesore out there. It looked like there's a fucking flamingo and some other colorful bullshit. Well, Dusty Lutz just brought some attention to that eyesore part of the ballpark. Take a look at the replay. That pitch was too far up in the zone, and he turned around on it. It was a no-doubter. Right off the bat, you could tell that was going out. And Daryl Todd's struggles continue. I don't know why they're using this bagger to start a key game in the postseason with your team down 2-0, as Ryan Braun stands in and looks at a ball 1-0. But those are the Marlins for you. They won the wild card game over the Chicago Cubs in upset fashion. Pitches outside, 2-0. Ryan Braun, he's made 4 trips to the postseason so far in his career. This is his 4th, actually. And he looks low. He's ahead in the count, 3-0. 2008, 2011, 2016, and this postseason for Braun. The longest tenured Brewer. He's ahead in the count, 3-0, and he's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. So some command issues here in the first inning for Daryl Todd. He walks his first batter. He also surrendered a home run to Dusty Lutz. as Chris Crackhead Carter stands in now with one man down. 4 for 9 in the postseason thus far. Hit a big home run in that 11-run affair yesterday, or 2 days ago. Todd works from the stretch for the first time. And the opening pitch to Carter is a curveball, not even close. Coming into this ball game with an inflated ERA over 13. Not a lot of pitching time though for Todd. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's popped up in the air. This is behind home plate, actually just to the left of it, still in foul territory, and it's JT Realmuto to camp under it to make the catch. 2 are now retired in the Brewers after the first inning, as Craig Ragland stands in, the actual 40-year-old. We've mentioned this many times before, that he's lying about his age in this game. Says he's 26. He's actually the big 4-0. He looks at a strike. Quickly, 0-1 on the switch hitting Brewers center fielder, with Braun the runner at first. His team up 1-0. 0-1 pitch is sent foul. He's quickly behind in the count. 0-2. 15 pitches for Daryl Todd here in the opening inning. Fake bagger. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ragland, and it's a strike 3 called in the inside corner. And he is your third casualty, but not before the legendary commentator slash baseball player sends one deep. His club is up 1-0. You guessed it, it's the Brewers. Take a look at Don Mattingly in that Marlins dugout. His team is down early. As we take a look at his starting 9 against this Brewers pitching staff, and you guessed it, it's Free Willie Peralta taking the mound for the Crew. He made 33 starts during the regular season, compiling an 18-9 record with an ERA just under 3.5 at a decent 3.44. Just 8 walks all season long. His command was impeccable. Well, he just got done tossing his final warm-up pitch. As we take a quick look at the Brewers' defensive alignment, it's the normal 9. You got Braun, Ragland, and Lutz left to right. Bryant, Villar, Arcia, and Carter third to first, with Jet Bandy calling balls and strikes behind the plate. All for Free Willie Peralta here in Game 3 of the National League Division Series, as D. Jeff Gordon will lead things off for the Marlins. And the first pitch from Free Willie is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Well, the Marlins want to keep their season alive. They put up a decent amount of runs in both games, but just could not stop this high-powered offense as the pitch is loaded. Gordon, 1-1. Free Willie from the windup, and Gordon drops a bunt down. It's in fair territory. Charging his Brian, makes an off-balance throw, but it's way too late. So D. Gordon reaches on a leadoff bunt single, and that's a good way to start your half of the inning after giving up a run. So take a look at the replay. Bryant was not playing the bunt. It was laid down perfectly for Gordon. He's got a nice lead at first, and Christian Yelich stands in and looks at a strike, 0-1. D. Gordon with blazing speed out at first base. He led the, I believe he led the major leagues in steals a couple of seasons ago. Yelich sends one in the air to right, but it's right at Dusty Lutz on the line. And that's the first out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Gordon has to retreat back to first base. There's a lot of morons in attendance so far in this ball game. It's a packed house as Mr. Roydbag, Giancarlo Stanton, stands in. And he looks at a strike quickly, 0-1. Big power threat for this guy. Anytime he stands in there. Hit 48 long balls in the regular season. Gordon taking an extra step at first, and he's off. The 0-1 pitch is a strike, and the throw from Bandy is going to be way late. D. Gordon is in at second with a 1-out steal. That puts the tying run 180 feet away with Giancarlo Stanton up. He's behind in the count, 0-2. from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he struck him out. A nice fastball from Peralta. There is your second out here in the first. Take a look at the playoff bracket so far. Obviously, the Marlins beat the Cubs in the wild card game. And the Mets are currently up 2-1 over the Dodgers in the other NLDS matchup. You got the Jays and Tigers tied at 1. And the Mariners and Astros contest has the Mariners up 2-0 as Justin Boron stands in. And the first pitch to him from Free Willy is a strike. Quickly, 0-1 with Gordon the runner at second. 1-0 Brewers. Here is the pitch to Bohr, and it's 0-2. It's a strike. High 90s fastball from Free Willy. Just 10 pitches so far in the first inning here. A lot of fucking plastic sticks getting clanked around in the ballpark, and the 0-2 pitch is sent foul down the right field side. We'll do it again, folks. Free Willy breaking a little bit of a sweat. It's much warmer down here in Miami than it is in Milwaukee. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Bohr, and it's sent in the air down the right field line. Foul, out of play. We'll do it again. That was 97 miles an hour. 108 miles an hour off the bat of Bohr. We'll do it again in 0-2. Here's the pitch from Free Willy, and it's sent foul again. Well, Bohr is hanging in there tough. Free Willy's been tough to face this season. We'll do it again. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he rings him up on the outside corner. That is strike 3 called, and that will conclude batters here in the first. So the Marlins get the leadoff runner aboard in D. Gordon. He steals a base, but cannot get brought around. After one here from Miami, Brewers up 1-0. So the number 5 hitter, Chris Bryant, will lead things off in the second inning for the Crew against Darryl Todd, the young Marlins right-hander, getting the bump here in Game 3. A lot of faith in this guy if you're going to have him pitch in such an important game. As Chris Bryant looks at a strike, he's behind 0-1. Todd gave up the leadoff, or the first inning home run to Dusty Lutz. Quickly 0-2 on Bryant. Has yet to swing his bat in this at-bat, and the 0-2 pitch is a big fastball swung on and missed by Chris Bryant, and he's the first out. Well, that was a good pitch from Darryl Todd. As you take a look at the pitch sequence, 3 pitches and 3 strikes. That high inside cheese was too much for Bryant to catch up to. He's the first out, and Orlando Arcia stands in. The number 7 hitter. I made a mistake. Craig Ragland was the number 5 hitter. He's behind in the count 0-1 as Todd fires a strike over to Orlando. 0-1 pitch is a curveball in the dirt. Nice scoop back there by GT Realmuto. Count is even at 1, and the pitch is a broken bat job right back to Todd. A little looper jammed him on that 2-seam fastball, and Orlando Arcia is quickly out number 2. So that'll bring up the Brewers' backstop Jet Bandy. He's had himself a nice division series so far, 6 for 8. First pitch is inside, 1-0. He went 4 for 4 in the opening game in this series. 4 singles, but he's been a tough out as he looks at a strike. Darryl Todd working with a lot more confidence in this inning. First inning jitters, they'll get to you in a playoff game. As the 1-1 pitch is a looper outside, 2-1. Working quickly out there. 2-1 pitch from Todd is followed back by Bandy, and it's even. With the bases empty and 2 down here in the second. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and Bandy sends it on the ground to Gordon over at second. Plenty of time to make the throw, and he does, and that will conclude matters here in the inning. Brewers go down 1-2-3. And after an inning and a half here from Marlins Park, 1-0 Brewers. So the Marlins left fielder Marcell Ozuna will lead things off in the second inning for his ball club against Free Willy Peralta, and the first pitch is sent back behind the screen, 0-1. Marlins could not muster a run back in the first inning. 0-1 pitch is sent foul again quickly, 0-2. There's the retarded ball boy to pick it up. He's got a tough job out there. The sign from Bandy. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ozuna, and it's a swing and a miss. Down he goes on 3 pitches. It's another strikeout recorded for Willy Peralta. He's looking strong here to start the ball game off. The only base runner he's allowed so far was the leadoff hitter, D. Gordon. Here's the Marlins backstop, JT Real Muto, standing in, trying to get something going for his ball club, and he's a first pitch swinger. Sends it in the air to left center field. That's Craig Ragland ranging over to make the easy snag. 2 up, 2 down here in the Marlins, half of the second. Steven Avery Romero is getting the start for Miami. He stands in for the first time. Just 18 pitches for Free Willy here through an inning and 2/3. And the first pitch to Romero to start the at-bat is sent foul. Oh, this very well could be the only postseason game here at Marlins Park. The Brewers win. They move on to the NLCS. It's a big swing and a miss from Romero, and it's quickly 0-2. See a little fishy swimming around. A couple of Nemo fish. Isn't that cute? Don't stick your hand in the tank, though. 0-2 pitch is sent foul. Be nice if they had some piranhas in there, so some junker could stick his hand in and get a nice finger bitten off. It's 0-2 on Romero. Will do it again, and he sends it foul again, this time down the left field side. Quick pace to this ball game so far. Pitch number 23, and the 0-2 to Romero is set in the air. A little pop-up of jam job into foul territory down the right field line as Carter ranges over to make the catch. A broken bat job. That will conclude matters here in the second. Marlins also go down quietly through 2. It's 1-0 Crew. Take a look at the lovely scenery here from Miami, Florida. If you zoom in on the water, you're going to see a shitload of pollution. Maybe like the next oil spill, you know, Exxon Mobil. Willy Peralta leads things off in the third inning for the Brewers, trying to help his own cause out there as he looks at a ball low, 1-0. Against Daryl Todd, it's quickly 2-0. Trying to get him to chase out of the zone, but Peralta actually does have decent plate discipline, at least in this franchise. He's ahead in the count, and the 2-0 pitch is a borderline strike. Home plate umpire stretching the zone a little bit on that call. At least he's being consistent with it. The 2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's a changeup. So Peralta, count is back to even. Don't have a ton of time to add extra content in to get into the logistics of this ball game. Todd is pitching at a fast rate as Peralta sends it foul. Right field side will do it again at 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, the windup, and it's a swing and a miss. Throw down the first from Rui Milto just to be safe. Free Willy's the first casualty in the third as he strikes out. A decent at-bat, though. He went chasing at that changeup in the dirt, had good break on it. Early in the at-bat, Todd tried to get Peralta to chase at some fastballs below the zone, but he was having none of it. As the lineup turns over for Jonathan VR, and he looks at a ball low. Well, the ERA went from around 13 at the start of this game down to 8.53. Doesn't have a lot of experience at the major league level as VR sends it foul. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one is low. 2 balls and a strike now. VR is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He started off the ball game with an easy fly out as he swings and misses. Had to go way out of the zone to chase that one. 2-2. And he sends it foul. Man, this fucking prick likes to work out there fast. I can't even get anything else in. Not an advertisement, nothing. 2-2 pitch is another changeup in the dirt, and VR goes fishing at it. Another safety throw down the first base for Realmuto, and Daryl Todd has 2 strikeouts to start the 3rd inning. Well, maybe the Marlins had something planned out for this guy. I mean, they had confidence to have him go in Game 3 of this series. As Dusty Lutz stands in, he's been the only offense so far, with a home run back in the top of the 1st. Just 1 hit so far for this Brewer offense, and 1 hit for the Marlins offense at that. As the 0-1 pitch is set foul, quickly 0-2. He's been laboring out there. 42 pitches so far through 2 2/3 innings of work, as Lutz sends a foul, bounces it to the third base coach Fernandez. Makes the scoop, making sure he's alive out there. There's a wasted fastball. That wasn't even close. That was in the dirt. 1-2. Lutz still behind in the count, in front of a capacity crowd for Game 3 of the National League Division Series. 1-2 pitch is lined fair into the left field corner. He's rounding first. Ozuna picks it up off the wall, and Lutz has himself a sliding 2-out double. He's 2 for 2 to start this game, and quickly halfway to the cycle, turned around on another Daryl Todd fastball. Didn't send it out of the ballpark, but did get himself in the scoring position for the number 3 hitter Ryan Braun, who's 0 for 1. Actually, that was a changeup. It caught way too much of the plate. That was just 84 miles an hour, and he was a little bit early swinging at it, but had enough power and had enough restraint in his hands to turn around on it. Braun stands in. He drew a walk in his first plate appearance back in inning numero uno. He's behind in the count 0-1. From the stretch, here it is, and Braun sends one in the air to center field. Not going to carry. There is Christian Yelich under the baseball to make the catch, and that will conclude matters in the 3rd for the Brewers. Dusty Lutz is 2 for 2. He's been their only offense so far through 2.5 here in Miami. 1-0 Brewers. Well, the Marlins do have some postseason success in their fairly short tenure. They've been a franchise since the 1993 season. Adeiny Echeverria, the shortstop, stands in and looks at a strike. Well, the Marlins ball club won the World Series back in 97 and 2003, as Echeverria sends one in the right for a leadoff single. Just a little excuse me swing, sent it right over the second base bag, or not over the bag, but over the second base men. And it was into right field, fairly shallow. Marlins have their first runner aboard, the number 8 hitter Echeverria, as Daryl Todd stands in a sacrifice situation. He shows bunt, bunts it too hard. Carter charges, makes the throw to VR covering second, and the return throw to Arcia at first is in time for the double play. So that was an absolute fail. That bunt was meant to move the runner over into scoring position, but it was played well by Carter. Todd bunted it too hard and was right into his glove. Chris Carter made the play. That's a rally killer, a nice little double play ball. Lineup turns over for D. Gordon. He's 1 for 1. Standing in with the bases empty now. And the first pitch is sent on the ground to third, but Chris Bryant bobbles and his return throw is too late. You gotta figure that's gonna go down as an error. As we look at the replay, Bryant was playing in. I think he expected D. Gordon to drop one down the third base line. He sent it on the ground, but actually they're going to rule that a base hit. It's a generous call in Bryant's favor. Christian Yelich stands in, the number 2 hitter, and on the first pitch sends it in the air to center. It's Regland ranging over to his left. Makes the catch, and that is the end of the inning. Through 3 here, Marlins do get 2 base hits. One from Echeverria and one from Gordon, but cannot score. Well, Chris Crackhead Carter leads off the 4th inning for his ball club. It will be Carter, Regland, and Bryant, the 4, 5, 6 hitters in this powerful Brewer lineup. this record-breaking Brewer lineup on a clear sky here in Miami, Florida. Daryl Todd's first pitch to Carter is outside. This guy hit just 93 home runs in the regular season and was just 3 RBI short from tying Hack Wilson's mark. It's 1-1 on him. I'm not sure how much of a leash the Marlins are going to give Daryl Todd with limited experience at the major league level, as Carter sends one in the air. It's a lazy fly ball to right. That one actually hung up a mile high. Stanton barely has to move, and Chris Carter is the first out. A little late swinging there on that Daryl Todd fastball. 95 miles an hour. Craig Ragland stands in, the number 5 hitter, and looks at a pitch inside. Well, if the Brewers win this game, they advance to the NLCS and will play the winner of the the New York Mets and Los Angeles Dodgers series. Beg your pardon. It is 2-0 on Ragland as that changeup missed outside. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he sends one in the air to center. Actually carrying over to right center field, that's Christian Yelich. Making an easy grab out there. 2 up, 2 down. Chris Bryant stands in with the bases empty. Very, very brisk pace to this ball game. Normally postseason games take a while, but not this one. It's 1-0 on Bryant as that curveball missed low, and the corresponding pitch is a strike to even the count. Fans are up. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Bryant, and it's a 2-seamer that cut just inside, and Bryant has a favorable count. Good hitters count, 2-1. Trying to get something going. Dusty Lutz has been the only offense so far this game. Not any longer, as he sends one in the air to left, and that is a no-doubter. Chris Bryant sends the 2-1 changeup in the air and way out of here into the daytime here in Miami. Oh, he sent that one a mile high. That's the first home run for Chris Bryant in the postseason. A solo shot brings home the second run for the Crew. Yeah, he knew it was gone right away. That measures at 415 feet, but he sent that one way out of here. That was off the scoreboard. I think that measurement was a little bit short. That was an 84-mile-an-hour changeup that he sent out of here on a rope. As Orlando Arcia stands in with the bases empty. It is now 2-0 Brewers in the top of the 4th inning. It's 0-1 on Orlando, and the 0-1 pitch is a check swing. Peels down to first, and he went around. Says the bagger, calling that decision. Quickly 0-2, and the 0-2 pitch, Orlando rolls over a curveball. Tapped it just in front of home plate. That was an easy charge and throw from Real Muto to end the inning, but not before the Brewers get another run across thanks to the solo shot from Chris Bryant. Marlins turn in the bottom half of the 4th. It is 2-0 Brewers.
Leading up the 4th inning, right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Here's Giancarlo Stanton, the most dangerous hitter in this Marlins lineup to lead things off against Willie Peralta. And he looks at a strike. Peralta has allowed just 3 hits so far in the ball game. Here in his 4th inning of work. This is the 30th pitch of his outing as Stanton pops one up first base side in the foul territory. Carter makes the catch in the coach's box. Didn't have to move a whole lot. That is quickly the first out. So Giancarlo Stanton, the number 3 hitter, is retired, and the 4th hitter of the lineup is Justin Bohr, 0 for 1. And as you take a look at the pitches so far thrown from Willie Peralta, he's thrown just 1 ball in the ball game. And it's 0-1 on Bohr quickly. Just a ridiculous amount of efficiency so far from Free Willie. And there's the ball thrown, a rare ball to Bohr. Count back to even at 1. You don't want to lay every single pitch over the strike zone, though. Major league hitters can adjust to that real fast. 1-1 pitch set foul. Left field side. 1-2 on Free Willy Peralta. Or, I'm sorry, on Justin Bohr from Free Willy Peralta. A wind-up, and the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. Down goes Bohr, another strikeout for Willy Peralta. 2 down now in the Marlins half of the 4th. As we take a look at the replay, coming out of the hands, it looked like a fastball, but that pitch had good sink to it. That was a nasty changeup. Bohr was way ahead in the swing there. And it's up to Marcell Ozuna to keep the inning alive, and he is quickly behind in the count. He struck out in the 2nd inning. That was his last at-bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the Marlins left fielder, and it is a hairline ball. Back to even at 1. I think Marlins fans are getting a little bit impatient here. No offense to show for, really. Outside of 3 singles. 1 an infield single. Actually, 2 infield singles. Both from D. Gordon. And Peralta steps off. That was a strike thrown to Ozuna on the previous pitch, and I think him and Bandy got a little crossed up on their signs. We'll do it again. Peralta from the windup, and here's the pitch to Ozuna, and it's sent in the air to right. Lutz ranges over. Easy catch on the run. Well, the Brewers get out of the 4th inning unscathed. Their team is up. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. Bottom part of the lineup set to start things off in the 5th inning. And here's Jet Bandy to do so against Darryl Todd. Outside of 2 solo home runs he's given up to Lutz and Bryant, he's been pitching quite well, actually. It's 0-1 on Jet Bandy. From the windup, pitch is low. Back to even at 1. Jet Bandy's 0 for 1. Grounded out 4-3 in his last at-bat, and it's a swing and a miss. Was late on the inside fastball. That was a little too far inside. Even if he would have made contact, he would have broken his bat. 1-2. Here it is, and tried to get him to chase. On the inside changeup. Bandy laid off. It's an even count at 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Bandy sends one in the air to center. Easy grab for Christian Yelich. Lazily jogging in towards the baseball, and Bandy is out number 1. Number 8 hitter is retired, and here's Willy Peralta standing in for the 2nd time. He struck out in his previous at-bat. He did give Darryl Todd a decent headache out there, though. It was a long at-bat for a pitcher. First pitch is outside, 1-0. On the windup, base is empty. Peralta in there, and swings and misses at that changeup. 1-1 count with 1 down here in the 5th. Oh, they're swinging a miss from Peralta. He was way late on that fastball. I think he was expecting something off speed. 1-2, and the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss from Free Willy. He is now the 2nd casualty in the inning.
Number 5, shortstop, Jonathan VR.
Well, there's not a lot of tape on this Darryl Todd character, but if we want to get something out of his performance today, it's that he likes to work quickly out there as VR stands in and looks at a ball. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in his last at-bat as well. Yeah, this kid does not mess around. 1-0 pitch to VR is sent in the air to right. Right to Giancarlo Stanton. Well, that is going to retire the side. Nothing going here in the Brewers half the 5th. Halfway through this ball game, Brewers still up 2-0.
Leading off for the Marlins.
It's JT Realmuto set to lead things off for the Marlins in the bottom half against Willy Peralta, who just has 38 pitches thrown so far through 4 innings. Quickly gets ahead in the count to Realmuto, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Chop foul, 0-2. Not a lot of banners being waved around anymore, or any towels being waved around. Nothing to really cheer for the Marlins crowd, as the 0-2 pitch is sent foul down the right field line. But hey, it's a playoff game, and these baggers overpaid to see this Marlins club lose. 0-2 pitch is chopped on the ground to short. That's Jonathan Villar, who hesitates out there. Makes a strong throw, but it's too late. Real Muto beats out an infield single. Jonathan Villar was looking a little lackadaisical out there. As you look at the replay, actually, we might have ourselves a challenge here. Take a look at the replay, but no. Kirk Counsell, he did come out of the dugout. He wanted to get a second opinion on that call from the first base umpire, but and looking at the replay, Real Muto beat that out easily. Call from the dugout is to redact the challenge. Counsell retreats back to his home as Avery Romero stands in with a runner at first. That's JT Real Muto. Here's the first pitch from Peralta, and it's a strike. It is 0-1 on Avery Romero. Now you're starting to see some of them stupid sticks being clanked around. It's getting loud in this ballpark. 0-1 pitch is a strike. 0-2 now on Avery Romero. He's ready. Here it is, and it's sent foul. Right field side. Halfway through this ball game here, the Marlins have yet to show any real pop in this ball game. Here's the 0-2 pitch again, and Avery Romero sends it in the right field for a base hit. Well, you don't have to show pop. Just hit them where they ain't, and that's what Romero did there. Just went the other way, right with the pitch, and the Marlins now have scattered 5 hits in the ball game. First 2 runners are aboard to start the bottom of the 5th as the number 8 hitter, Danny Echeverria, stands in with a good RBI opportunity. Best RBI opportunity all ball game. As it's sent on the ground, first pitch, double play ball. Villar to Arcia, back to Carter, and that is a 6-4-3 rally killer. Well, Real Muto advances to third. On the first pitch, Danny Echeverria sent it on the ground right to the shortstop Villar, who made a clean throw to second. And Orlando Arcia made a nice return to first to Carter. That's a rally killer, folks. The number 9 hitter is due up now for Miami, as it's Miguel Rojas grabbing the bat. With his club down 2 runs. Just 47 pitches for Willie Peralta in the game so far. And the first pitch is lined in the left field. That's a base hit. Little first pitch swing in there. Brings home a run. The Marlins cut the lead in half as JT Real Muto scores. It is now 2-1 Brewers. Nice little adjustment coming off the bench. That's hard to do when you're cold. First pitch swing in there brings home a run. He now stands at first, and the lineup turns over for D. Gordon. He's 2 for 2, and looks at a strike. Well, I think Peralta is just so used to working quickly out there and getting ahead on a great majority of these hitters that he got a little lackadaisical to the guy coming off the bench, Rojas, and just laid it in there, and it was a good adjustment. There's the 0-1 pitch to Gordon, and it's a fastball inside. That was at 98. Really reared back to fire that one. He wanted the strike call, but he didn't get it. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Brewers. 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by D. Gordon. He's behind in the count. Even with 2 strikes, Gordon tends to drop a bunt down just to throw off the defense here. This crowd is up. Here's the 1-2 pitch to D. Gordon. He sends one back up the middle for a base hit. Rojas advances to second, and he will stay there. Marlins have the tying run in scoring position now with 2 down. They've scattered 6 hits in the ball game as the number 2 hitter Yelich stands in. First pitch to him is lined in the air to left field. This is trouble. This is going to split the gap, and it's down. Rojas is going to score. Gordon with blazing speed scores right behind him. And you guessed it, the Marlins have now taken a 3-2 lead. A little two-out rally here for the Miami Marlins as Christian Yelich hits a 2-out, 2 RBI go-ahead double. And all of a sudden, this ball game has done a 180 as Stanton stands in with another runner in scoring position, and he looks at a ball inside. No action in the Brewer bullpen as of yet. Here's the pitch to Stanton, and it is also low, 2-0. As we take a look at the pitching line, just 55 pitches here through 4 2/3. Still manageable, but Willie looks a little flustered. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Stanton. That one misses low. A rarity here. 3 consecutive balls here to start this at-bat. And they might put Stanton on here to face Justin Bour. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's exactly what they do. A 4-pitch walk worked from Giancarlo Stanton. Now puts 2 runners on with 2 down. For Miami with the number 4 hitter, Justin Bour standing in, who's had a rough start to the game. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Marlins have scored 3 runs in this inning, though, to take a 3-2 lead. Here's the first pitch to Bour, and it's a strike. I can understand pitching around Stanton. You do not want to groove a pitch anywhere near the middle of the zone because he will crush it. It's 0-1 on Bour. Here's the stretch and the pitch from Peralta, and it's quickly 0-2. Much more aggressive in this at-bat. Bandy lays down the sign for the old number 1. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Bour, and it's a strike 3 called. A fastball in the inside corner rings up Bour, and that will end the inning. But not before the Marlins strike for a little 2-out rally here to take the lead through 5. It is now 3-2 Miami.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins.
Well, since the Marlins took the lead in that inning, Darryl Todd is now on hook for the win. He is done, though, in the ball game as John Danks, the veteran reliever, stands in.
Right fielder.
And his first challenge is going to be Dusty Lutz, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a home run and a double. There's also action in the Brewers bullpen. It's the righty Jared Hughes and the lefty Travis Wood beginning to stretch and throw. First pitch to Lutz, and the first pitch from Danks in the ball game is low. Completely different game now. 3-2 Miami in the 6th. They've scattered 8 hits in the ball game as Lutz goes golfing at that changeup. It's an even count. It's a do-or-die game for the Marlins. They're down 2-0 in this series as Lutz looks inside, and he's now ahead in the count 2-1. He hasn't been particularly patient, but he's hit them where they ain't so far. As the 2-1 pitch is on the ground, is short, ranging over is Echeverria. He's got to make a strong throw, and he does. He retires Lutz, showing good range out there at shortstop. Made the nice little scoop, ranging to his left, and made a strong throw to Bour. Here's Braun standing in. Lutz chased a little bit out of the zone. That was just an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Danks. He's not overpowering by any means. Braun stands in and looks at a ball low. It is 1-0 on the Brewers' left fielder, who drove in 150 runs during the regular season. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a big adjustment. That was a 77-mile-an-hour changeup thrown from Danks. That was the same speed as Darryl Todd's curveball. That's even at 1. And Braun makes a nice adjustment on the 1-1 pitch and sends it past the shortstop into center field for a 1-out single. So the Brewers have the tying run on base now here in the 6th inning. And the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, Chris Crackhead Carter, stands in. Can never count this guy out. 93 long balls on the year. It's unbelievable the kind of season he had. First pitch from Danks is a curveball way outside. Not a great ball game for Chris so far. He's just 0 for 2. It is double play depth for the Marlins defense. Danks quickens his delivery a little bit and fires a fastball low. I think he was expecting Braun to take off. It's good hit and run count for Chris Carter. Here's a 2-0 pitch to him, and he sends it foul. That was a changeup. Left field side, 2-1. Don't want to forget about the runner at first. Danks looks over, and Braun is off with the pitch. It's a fastball low, and Braun is in to second safely with a steal. And another advantage as Carter is ahead in the count 3-1. Tying run now is at second, 180 feet away. 3-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Count is now going to be full. Carter chased out of the zone at that changeup. That Danks off-speed pitch has a lot of break on it. It's actually quite tough to catch up to. It's got so much movement out there. Count is full to Carter with 1 down. Here's the 3-2 offering. It's a check swing to appeal down the first, and Carter does check his swing. He draws the walk. So Chris Carter draws a rare walk. He almost broke the plane on that check swing as we take a look at the replay, but he indeed did check. So there will now be 2 Brewers on base for Craig Ragland with his club down 3-2. Still double play depth for this defense. Braun stole a base in that at-bat, that Carter at-bat, as Danks starts the at-bat to Craig Ragland with a strike. It is 0-1. Batting from the right side for the first time today, as Danks is the lefty, and the 0-1 pitch is sent on the ground to third. It's a slow roller, and it's going to be a force out at second. That ball was hit way too slowly for a double play to develop. As you take a look, well, there's not going to be a replay, but the Marlins do get the force out at second, so they're going to be runners at the corners, and a pitching change is going to be made. John Danks is out. A little more situational here from the matchup as the righty Ryan Webb comes in for the 3rd time this postseason. And he will have to face Chris Bryant with Braun at 3rd and Ragland at 1st. He hit a home run in his last at-bat. It was a no-doubter. And the first pitch from Ryan Webb to Chris Bryant is a ball outside. Nice scoring opportunity here for the Brewers. They'd like to tie this game up. There's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a sinker in a similar location, just a little more closer to the strike zone, but the home plate umpire does not give Webb the call. He looks a little irritated out there. 2 balls and no strikes to Chris Bryant. A big opportunity here. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he sends it on the ground right back to Ryan Webb. Has plenty of time to make the throw to first, and he does, and that will end the inning. So the Brewers do get 2 base runners aboard, but cannot bring home a run. After 5.5, it is still 3-2 Miami. So Marcell Ozuna will lead off the bottom of the 6th against Jared Hughes. He comes in relief for Willie Peralta for the 2nd time this postseason. In his last outing, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, clean. And the first pitch to Marcell Ozuna to get things going in the Marlins, 6th of the strike. They scored 3 runs back in the 5th to completely turn this game around. Swing and a miss from Ozuna. Quickly nothing in 2. Stuttering over my words a little bit. Not in 100% form today. Hughes always works from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ozuna, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout. So Hughes comes out of the bullpen in relief for Willie Peralta and retires Ozuna easily on 3 pitches. Quick sequence to get the first out, and the catcher Real Muto stands in. with the bases empty. First pitch from Hughes is a strike. That was a give-me fastball. Well, Realmuto got things going in the 5th inning. He hit a base hit. Back in the 5th. He's down 0-1, and the pitch is sent foul. That was a slider in on the hands. 0-2. Hughes has a complement of 3 pitches. Sinker, fastball, and an off-speed pitch. Here's the 0-2. Realmuto sends it on the ground to third. That's Chris Bryant. Cleanly fields and fires. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Avery.
Well, 2 quick outs so far from Jared Hughes coming in relief. Can't ask for much more than that when your club is down a run. And the third baseman, Avery Romero, stands in with the bases empty. And on the first pitch, he sends one on the ground to second. That's Orlando Arcia there to make the clean scoop and throw, and that's going to conclude matters here in the 6th. To the 7th inning we go. Marlins going on 1-2-3. A nice job from Hughes in relief. 3-2 Miami. Take a look at the line score so far in this game. The Brewers took the lead 1-0 in the first thanks to the home run from Lutz. Chris Bryant hit a home run in the 4th inning to give the Brewers a 2-0 lead, and the Marlins got all of them runs back and then some in the 5th. They scored 3 runs, and this is where we stand. 3-2 Miami in the 7th. Ryan Webb is back on the mound to start things off against Orlando Arcia, and it's a ball thrown outside. Both teams have left 4 runners on base. Carter Capps is thrown in the Marlins bullpen as Ryan Webb is behind Orlando 2-0. Travis Wood is still throwing in that Brewers bullpen down there. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Orlando. It's a strike. Still ahead in the count. That was a little sinking fastball. It's 2-1. 2-1 pitch is sent foul. 2-2. Playoff action, gotta love it. October baseball in Florida. 2-2 pitches sent into right field. That's a leadoff single. So Orlando Arcia gets aboard to start things in the 7th inning for the Brewers offense. That clears the way for the hot Jet Bandy. Well, that Ryan Webb fastball was thrown right over the middle of the plate. Orlando doesn't have a ton of power, but he can spread the ball around. And he sends it to right field in a little opposite field. Bandy stands in now and looks at the ball low. He's 0 for 2. He's cooled down a little bit in this series, or in this ball game rather. Still a hot series for him. He's ahead in the count, and the pitch is sent foul. He'll be back to even at 1. It was a good slider. A late adjustment from Bandy, but he still made contact. Orlando with decent speed at first, and the pitch is sent foul, and now Ryan Webb is ahead in the count. 11 pitches so far in an inning plus, and Bandy sends one into left field for a base hit. Well, the Brewers had the hit and run going there. I'm not sure if that was by design or not, but Bandy made a good adjustment on that changeup and deposited it right in front of Ozuna in left field. So now the Brewers are in business here. The pitcher spot is due up, but they're going to go to the bench, and Darryl Terrell is going to grab a bat. Coming off the bench so far in the postseason, the Brewers have had some decent success. They've gone to Will McBride twice, and in the last ball game, McBride hit a home run in the pinch hit scenario. The Brewers are already leading at that point, though. Terrell stands in for the first time this postseason, and the first pitch from Webb is low in the dirt. Nice scoop by Realmuto, making sure the ball didn't get by him. Take a look. No at-bats so far recorded for Darryl Terrell in his career. It's a big one here. 2 on, no out. His club down 1, and here's the pitch to him, and he sends one in the air to center field, and Yelich is there to make the catch. He had to cover a lot of ground there. And no advancement, though, from the runners. For a second, Orlando Arcia made a beeline to third base, but decided against it as Yelich made a strong return throw. Nice contact from Darryl Terrell, but hit it right where Yelich was playing. Jonathan VR stands in. He's 0 for 3. This would be a nice opportunity to collect his first hit. Working from the stretch, and he sends it foul. Nothing in one. Tying run 180 feet away. Double play depth for the Marlins defense, and VR looks at a pitch inside. Lutz is due next. He's 2 for 3. He's been playing the best so far out of this Brewers offense in today's game, and VR sends it on the ground to second. It's going to be a tough turn for the double play. D. Gordon makes a strong off-balance throw to Bohr at first. But the runners do advance. There will be runners at second and third with 2 down. VR with good speed. No chance for the double play there. It was just taking too long to develop, and Don Mattingly is going to make a pitching change. So Ryan Webb is out. Brian Morris is warm, and he's going to come in. He has not pitched very well in the regular season. As you take a look at his ERA, it's at 12.46. This is an important spot here. A base hit will give the Brewers the lead. Dusty Lutz stands in with 2 runners in scoring position, and on the first pitch sends it up the middle for a base hit. Arcia's in to score. Yelich picks it up on the bounce, and the throw to the plate is in time, and Bandy is out. So the tying run scores in Orlando Arcia, but a strong throw from Yelich wasn't hit very deep. Made a nice charge and a nice throw to gun out Jet Bandy trying to score. But the Brewers do tie things up. Lutz is now 3 for 4. To the bottom of the 7th we go. It's 3-3 here in Miami.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers.
Well, after the Brewers tie things up, Travis Wood comes out, and he's going to try to set down the bottom half of the Marlins lineup. It's the number 8 hitter, Adeiny Echeverria, standing in. He's been warming up in the bullpen for a couple of innings now, and he starts off his outing with a strike. And it's a completely different ball game now. 3-3, much more situational. Pitch to Adeiny is outside. Brewers bullpen is now quiet. Bottom of the 7th here, and a 3-3 ball game in Game 3 of the NLDS. Adeiny looks at a strike and is now 1-2. Crowd is up. They want to see something going. They want to see the Marlins respond and keep this season alive. 1-2 pitch is set foul. Even though it's a righty-lefty matchup, Travis Wood has fared quite well against right-handed batters, so Crick Counsell doesn't have any trouble going to him if need be against righties, as Adeiny sends it foul. That is an off-speed pitch. We'll do it again at 1-2. Wood actually works from the windup. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Adeiny, and he sends it foul again. Back off the MLB.com sign behind home plate. And he'll do it again. Bandy sets the sign. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Adeiny, and he sends another one foul. Tough at bat. He's making Travis Wood work out there. Here's a sign again, and the 1-2 pitch is in the air. This is trouble. Deep in the left center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Ragland picks it up off the wall, and Adeiny Echeverria is in the second with a leadoff double.
Third baseman, number 1.
Oh, I don't know if I jinxed it or not. I said that Travis Wood fared fairly well against right-handed hitters, but Adeiny Echeverria got the best of him in that at-bat, followed off some tough pitches, and finally got one that he liked and sent it into the gap. For Andy Dude It Burns, the number 9 hitter. He's pinch hitting. Go ahead run at second. Looks at a strike. It is 0-1 on Andy Burns. Wood works from the stretch this time and throws a pitch inside. 1-1. It's getting loud here in Miami. 1-1 pitch to Burns. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2. Still no action in that Brewer bullpen. This is a big pitch here. The with the go-ahead run at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Burns, and he fouls it off. That was a cutter. Jammed him. Still staying alive out there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he breaks his bat, and it's going to fall just in front of Chris Carter's glove. And we'll do it again. T. Gordon is due next. It would be nice to get this guy out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And it's a strike 3 called in the outside corner. That was a big pitch and a big out. Andy Burns was frozen on that outside fastball. Perfectly placed from Travis Wood. Sets down the pinch hitter, and the lineup turns over for D. Gordon, who's 3 for 3. He has really been a tough out in this series. First pitch from Travis Wood to him is a strike. With the go-ahead runner at second base here in the bottom of the 7th. He's ready, here it is, and it's a strike again. And D. Gordon has looked at 2 consecutive tough pitches. He's behind 0-2. Fans are up, they want him to go 4 for 4. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Wood, and it's on the ground to Carter under his glove for a base hit. Lutz with a strong arm makes a perfect throw to home plate. And the runner stays at third, but there are going to be runners at the corners now with 1 man out. Gordon is 4 for 4 with 4 singles. The lefty Christian Yelich stands in with Giancarlo Stanton due next. This is a huge spot in the ball game here. Gordon the runner at first with speed. Echeverria at third, and the first pitch to Christian Yelich is sent foul. Tense moments down in that Brewer dugout right now, and in the Marlins dugout. Brewers looking for the double play. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's sent in the air shallow to left. Braun charging, makes the catch. And a strong return throw to home plate holds the runner Echeverria at third. That's a huge out. A huge out number 2 has just been recorded. It keeps the game tied at 3. Brewers are sticking with Travis Wood here against Stanton. It's the lefty-righty matchup. With 2 on, 2 out, and the first pitch is hit foul. Just barely made contact with that fastball. 0-1 on the Marlins slugging right fielder. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Stanton, and he sends it foul again. That one had a good break on it. That's a tough cut fastball. That's a good one from Wood. 0-2 on Stanton. Here's the pitch. It's a waste pitch, a slider low. Tried to get Giancarlo to chase. Travis Wood nervously taking his time, picking up the rosin bag, making sure he has good grip on the ball. 3-3 in the 7th. 1-2 on Stanton. Here's the pitch from Wood, and it's a fastball. Ooh, just outside. Tough pitch to lay off. It did just miss the strike zone. Count is even at 2. Nervous time here in Tiny Town. 2-2 pitch to Stanton, and he fists it foul. Man, this is just a ridiculous at bat here from Stanton. This is too intensifying. Fans are up. They want to see something big. Here it is. Outside, 3-2. An outstanding at bat. He works the count full. Travis Wood is not taking any chances. Does not want to lay a pitch over the middle to him. Gordon will be off with the pitch. Here's the 3-2 to Stanton, and he sends it foul again. My, oh my. 26 pitches in the inning so far for Travis Wood, and don't forget he was warming up in the bullpen for a couple of innings too. He's a little tired out there. Here's a 3-2 pitch with the runner off, and it's a swing and a miss. Down goes Stanton. Strands 2 runners. Wood gets out of it, and we're still tied at 3. After 7 here in Miami, it's the Brewers 3 and the Marlins 3.
Attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins, number 22.
Carter Capps comes in relief now for the Marlins, trying to set down the Brewers' tough part of the lineup. Braun, Carter, and Ragland due up here in the top of the 8th. Shadows starting to creep behind home plate now. It's getting a little tougher to see. It's an adjustment with the ball coming out of the sun, crossing over the plate, and the hop-stepping Carter Capps fires a strike to Ryan Braun. Looking to get something going for his ball club. There's action in the pen now for the Brewers. It's Knebel and Feliz getting loose. Carter Capps works from the stretch as per usual. One pitch to Braun is outside. He kind of does a hop step coming off the mound, and when you're throwing 97 miles an hour, it looks like it adds a couple of MPHs to the velocity. It's 1-1 on Braun. Base is empty, and the pitch is lined up the middle, but it's right at D. Gordon. Playing at second base, Braun is retired after hitting a frozen rope to him. Tough break for Braun. He turned around in that pitch, but it was an unfortunate atom ball as Chris Carter stands in 0 for 2. He drew a walk in his last at-bat. In a 3-3 ball game, we play the 8th. First pitch to him is sent in the air. This one is deep to center field. Back goes Yelich, ranging towards right, and makes a catch short of the warning track. That ball had good carry, and as you take a look at the route that Yelich took to the ball, he covered a lot of ground. Covered 108 feet according to the StatCast, running at full capacity to retire Chris Carter. Ragland stands in with the bases empty. Just 4 pitches thrown so far from Carter Capps, and the first pitch is outside. Ragland's 0 for 3. If the Brewers win this game, they will move on to the National League Championship Series. It's been a tightly contested game so far. Good playoff action. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Brewers have just 7 hits in the ball game compared to the Marlins' 10. It's a rare game in which they've been out-hit. 2-0 pitch to Craig Ragland. It is a borderline strike. That was a good pitch from Carter Capps. Nice slider. If Ragland would have turned around on it, he wouldn't have done much with it regardless. He's still ahead in the count. Fans are up, and a 2-1 pitch is low on Ragland. He's ahead 3-1. A walk would be big. With Bryant standing in next, he's got a home run in the contest. 3-1 pitch to Ragland, and it's sent on the ground to second. An easy play for Gordon. He makes it. Inning is over. Brewers do go down in order. It's Bohr, Ozuna, and Real Muto due up in the Miami half of the 8th in a 3-3 game. Justin Bohr leads things off for the Marlins. He's 0 for 3. And Travis Wood is out there to start his second inning of work. And he starts the at-bat with a strike. He might just be in for this batter to get the lefty-lefty matchup. Knebel and Feliz are warm out there in the Brewer bullpen. 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Bohr. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Justin Bohr, and he sends it foul. That's into the camera well down the left field side. We'll do it again. Yeah, Travis Wood, he had to throw a lot of pitches in that last inning. He threw 27, but he got out of it. Here's the pitch to Bohr, and it's sent foul again. This time down the right field line. Got a couple of fans reaching over. Don't want to get kicked out of a playoff game, especially in this one. Marlins fans with their backs up against the wall here in the series. Here's the pitch to Bohr, and it's a changeup just outside, and it is now 1-2. Tough pitch to lay off of if you're Justin Bohr. The pitch starts in the strike zone, but it broke out and to the right. And he sends a foul again. A lot of tough at-bats so far in this ball game. They've really worked the Brewers pitching staff quite well in the game. Still 1-2 on Bohr, and here's the pitch. Fouled off again. I don't know if them stupid fucking plastic things that the fans are banging around, the thunder sticks, are distracting the Brewers pitching staff, but I think that's what they're meant for. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Bohr. On the ground to third. Playing the shift perfectly. One down. Well, Chris Bryant, the third baseman, was basically playing at shortstop there. And Justin Bohr grounded right into the shift perfectly for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th, and it's Marcell Ozuna standing in, and Travis Wood is going to stay out there for this batter. He gets ahead in the count 0-1. From the windup, Wood works. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside on a cut fastball. 1-1 on the Marlins left fielder in a 3-3 game in the 8th. He's ready, and the 1-1 pitch is a strike. A slider tailing over the zone. Wood actually hung that pitch, but Ozuna did not take the bat off of his shoulder. He's now behind. Here's the 1-2 pitch now to Ozuna, and it's sent in the air to left. It's carrying. Braun ranges back and makes a nice running catch for the second out.
Now batting, catcher.
So the bases remain empty for the catcher JT Realmuto here in the 8th. Travis Wood is going to have himself a nicely pitched ball game if he gets out of this with no runs allowed. Bases are empty. Realmuto is 1 for 3. You can tell Wood is laboring out there a little bit. He usually doesn't throw this many pitches in an outing. And it's quickly 1-1 now. That was a cut fastball for a strike to JT. There's the 42nd pitch of Wood's outing to Realmuto, and it's sent in the air to left. Braun ranges back again and makes another nice running catch to conclude matters in the 8th. To the 9th inning we go here in Game 3 of the National League Division Series. It is 3-3. Well, there's Don Mattingly poking his head out of the Marlins dugout again.
Your attention, please.
A.J. Ramos, the closer,
For Miami. Now pitching
takes the hill for the Marlins.
number 44, A.J.
Grabbing the rosin bag, making sure his hands are nice and dry to face Chris Bryant.
Number 17.
A.J. Ramos actually recorded 50-plus saves during the regular season. He pitched pretty well out of that Marlins bullpen, and he pitched in some tough situations like most closers do, but this Marlins team was not projected to be a playoff team at the start of the season. Bryant stands in and looks at a ball high. The Brewers, on the other hand, they have expectations through the roof. They're expected to win back-to-back World Series this year, and rightfully so. They broke the Major League record for wins in a single season. Pitches low on from Ramos, 2-0 on Bryant. He also broke the Major League record for most runs scored in a single season. And Bryant starts the 9th inning with a base hit. Sent it right between third and short. And that is a nice way to start things here in the 9th inning.
Now batting, second
Brewers still have
Orlando
Knebel and Neftali Feliz working in the bullpen in case they get a run across. I would like to think that they're going to go with Feliz as Orlando Arcia stands in against A.J. Ramos, who's normally been a very tough pitcher to face. As the first pitch is an inside slider. Orlando did not chase. Bryant with decent speed. Ramos changes the eye level a lot when he's working on the mound, and Bryant is off, and the throw from Realmuto is going to be late. An unexpected steal from Chris Bryant puts the go-ahead run in scoring position now, and the Marlins defense plays the bunt in. Orlando fouls off a pitch. He's not showing bunt. The Marlins, they have not changed their defensive scheme yet. You got the corner infielders playing on the grass. And the pitch to Orlando is outside, back to even at 2. Tense moments here for both sides. Great ball game so far. 2-2 pitch, and Orlando fights it off foul in the right field, and it's going to get just out of play. Stanton covered a lot of ground, but it was all for nothing. Corner infielder still playing the bunt on Orlando. Ramos looks at Bryant, now comes home, and Orlando sends one in the air to right. There's Stanton. Makes the catch, 1 down. So in a way, it kind of works like a sacrifice. Bryant steals the bag, and Orlando flies out to center field. It's kind of like a bunt. Jet Bandy stands in now, the number 8 hitter, and tips the first pitch foul back behind the screen. It was 93. And since Ramos changes the eye level so much, it's tough catching up to that fastball, even though it's nothing blazing. And that was just 91 and low on Bandy. The go-ahead run 180 feet away. Shadow's really starting to creep over the infield now. Getting tough to see out there. A stark contrast. 1-1 pitch is sent on the ground. A diving stop by Echeverria makes a perfect throw to Bohr at first to retire Jet Bandy. But Chris Bryant moves up 90 feet to third. And now it's going to be the pitcher spot due up, and Eric Young Jr. is going to come up off the bench in a very, very critical situation in this ball game. Marlins defense is playing back now on EYJ with Bryant at third. Ramos looks at the runner. Here's the first pitch to EYJ. He drops a bunt down. Charging is Romero. Makes a strong throw to get the runner. That was actually Andy Burns. He made a strong throw to first to snuff out the bunt attempt, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Tied at 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
9th inning is, or the bottom of the 9th inning is underway here from Miami. In a very, very intense affair so far. A 3-3 ball game with Bobby Newton coming into the ball game to lead things off for the Marlins. They want to keep their season alive. Corey Knebel is out of the bullpen and starts his outing by throwing a strike. 2 fresh faces in this ball game. 0-1 pitch to Bobby Newton is sent foul. He's got a big hitch in his swing, and he was way behind that 95-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Corey Knebel, and it's sent foul again. Change in the eye level. If the Marlins get a run across, they win it, and they keep their season alive. Here's the pitch to Newton, and it's chopped on the ground to third. Chris Bryant plays it perfectly. 1 down.
Up next for the Marlins, the shortstop.
So
Echeverria.
Bobby Newton came into the ball game on a double switch when AJ Ramos came in. It was unannounced up until he came to the plate. And Danny Echeverria stands in with the bases empty and follows the first pitch off from Knebel. 0-1. Bandy sets the sign. Here's the pitch to Adaney, and it's a curveball low, not even close. Deafening noise here in Miami. It is very, very loud. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Just threw the fastball right past Adaney Echeverria, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Ramos, the pitcher spot is due next, and the pitch from Knebel is outside. The fastball evens the count. Here's the 5th pitch of the sequence. to Adeiny Echeverria, and it's a swing and a miss. He gone. He's the second casualty in the inning. Knebel has gotten through this number 7 and number 8 hitters flawlessly. Echeverria was just blown past that fastball, and Andy Burns stands in. With the bases empty, and it's a little check swing, roller to first. Carter picks it up, underhands it to Knebel, and he just gets the runner out. That was the excuse me swing. Burns with the little chopper to first. Nice job by Knebel to cover the bag, and he just beats out Andy Burns to retire the side. Free baseball in Miami through 9. It's a 3-3 game.
Leading off for the Brewers, shortstop.
Well, it's the top of the lineup. Set to get things going against A.J. Ramos, who pitched well in the 9th. The Marlins closer starts off the at-bat by throwing a pitch high to Jonathan Villar, who's looking for his first base hit of the game. He's 0 for 4. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's inside on Jonathan. Marlins fans a little displeased with that call, but it wasn't really close. They stopped selling alcohol here back in the 7th, so a lot of the baggers are starting to sober up as it's low on VR, and it's quickly 3-0. With Dusty Lutz due next, who's 3 for 4. He's had himself a hell of a ball game. Ramos works, and the 3-0 pitch is a strike. Yeah, Lutz is 3 for 4 with a homer, a double, and has 2 runs batted in the contest. Lutz and Bryant, the only 2 Brewers with RBIs in the game. 3-1 pitch to VR, and it's lined into center field. Back goes Yelich, and makes a catch. He makes the catch, retreating back towards the warning track. Jonathan Villar is the first out here in the 10th. And Dusty Lutz stands in 3 for 4. As previously stated, 18 pitches so far thrown by A.J. Ramos. And this game had a very fast pace at the beginning of the game, but things have slowed down here in the latter part. As Lutz looks at a pitch inside, 1-0. Brewers have 7 runners left on base. 8 hits so far in the game. Lutz looks at a strike. Yeah, well, if you're Don Mattingly, you're going to trust A.J. Ramos to get out of any situation. He's been one of the best closers in the league so far this season. And Lutz pops up the 1-1 pitch behind the plate, and Real Muto is there to make the catch, and 2 up, 2 down. Have been set down by A.J. Ramos here in the 10th. Pretty painlessly so far. Braun stands in 1 for 3 with a walk. His only base hit came back in the 6th inning, a long, long time ago. A.J. Ramos fires a pitch outside on Brawny. From the stretch, here's the 1-0 pitch to Braun, and he sends it on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So the Brewers' offense stays alive here in the 10th. Thanks to the 2-out single from Ryan Braun. He reached over the outer half of the strike zone to ground that Ramos fastball back up the middle, and that's going to bring up Chris Carter. Don't forget, Braun has decent speed. Well, Ramos hasn't forgotten as he throws over to check on the runner. Well, don't want to become too distracted and lay a pitch into Chris. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's a big whiff and a miss by Carter. Looked like a slider from Ramos. Marlins digging deep in their bullpen here in this ball game. Both pitchers are out by the 6th. Carter looks high and outside, and it is now 1-1. This very well could be the deciding game in the series. 1-1 pitch to Carter, and it's sent foul. Really late swinging at that fastball. That was right down the middle of the plate. And Carter just sent it back. And he got a little too far under that fastball from Ramos. It's 1-2 now. Here's the pitch to Carter, and it's inside. Tough fastball. Brewers third base coach Fernandez setting the signs. Possible hit and run scenario with 2 down. Colin is even at 2 with 2 down to Carter. Here's the pitch from Ramos. Set, foul. Tough pitch. That was a nice curveball. You got Carter to chase, but still made contact. 2-2 will do it again. Here's the pitch, and Carter sends it foul back behind home plate. Real Muto runs out of real estate. I'll do it one more time, at least. Braun the runner at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Carter sends one through the hole between third and short for a base hit. Braun advances to second, and the Brewers offense stays alive here in the 10th.
Now batting, center fielder, Craig Redmond.
That was a nice at-bat for Chris Carter, something that you normally don't see him do. He fouled off a lot of tough pitches. Usually he swings at everything, but considering the circumstance, it's sometimes you got to change your approach up as Ragland stands in with 2 runners on and looks at a pitch outside from Ramos. He's starting to look a little flustered out there. Looking a little peaked. 1-0 pitch to Ragland, and he sends one up the middle for a base hit. Braun is around third. He's going to score. Carter to third, Ragland to second. That's a go-ahead double. An absolutely huge at-bat in this ball game. The Brewers take a 4-3 lead in the 10th inning thanks to a nice 2-out rally started by Braun, continued by Carter, and capped off by Ragland. A 2-out RBI double. Bryant stands in. They're going to intentionally walk him to load the bases. And the Brewers have a couple of Badger Mutual Insurance runs standing on the bases right now. A.J. Ramos intentionally walks Chris Bryant, the number 6 hitter. And Orlando Arcia stands in, and we might have ourselves a pinch hit. Yes, we will. It's going to be Will McBride. A surprise move. The Brewers go to the bench. They want more offense. They don't feel comfortable with a 1-run lead. Natalie Feliz will be the pitcher coming out in the bottom half of the inning. Here's the first pitch to McBride, and it's outside. Not even close. Now Ramos looks really flustered out there. McBride is 2 for 2 coming off the bench in the postseason. He hit a home run back in Game 2. A base hit will make this a 6-3 game most likely. Pitch number 38 from Ramos, and McBride sends one in the air. This is deep to center field. Yelich back, and he makes a beautiful catch on the run. He robs McBride of an extra base hit and saves the Brewers from scoring a few more runs. But regardless, they take the lead here in the 10th inning. To the bottom half we go. It is 4-3 Brewers.
Now playing second base, number 25.
It's a defensive substitution as Will McBride stays in the ball game in place of Orlando Arcia, and Neftali Feliz is tasked with shutting down the Marlins here in the 10th inning. I'm sorry. If he does that, the Brewers will advance to the National League Championship Series. Free baseball in Miami. It's D. Gordon, who's 4 for 4 with 4 singles. Top of the lineup. First pitch is a strike. Everyone's on their feet. Marlins fans, Brewer fans. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gordon. Inside on a fastball. Ball and a strike now on the speedy Marlins leadoff hitter. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Feliz, and it's on the ground past the diving second baseman McBride for a leadoff single. I was kind of questioning what Craig Counsell was thinking, keeping Will McBride out there to play second base. Does not have nearly as much range as Rolando Arcia does, but regardless, D. Gordon is on, and batting next is Christian Yelich. And a big opportunity. He shows bunt, and he gets it down right back to Feliz, who makes the throw and retires Yelich. Gordon moves up to second, and that's the tying run. 180 feet away. A little situational baseball. They did not want to ground into the double play, which would have most likely killed the rally. It's Stanton now, the toughest challenge in this lineup. The home run wins it for Miami. A base hit ties it. Here's the pitch from Feliz, and it's a strike, 0-1. 4-3 Milwaukee. They took the lead thanks to Craig Ragland's 2-out RBI double in the top half. 0-1 pitch to Stanton is a swing and a miss. 0-2. Ooh, you can see the sweat dripping down Neftali's face. I don't blame him. Brewers are 2 outs away from advancing to the National League Championship Series. 0-2 pitch to Stanton. Changeup outside. Did not bite on that pitch. Feliz, he shakes off Bandy. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Stanton. And it's a fastball that just misses. That was high and inside. Changes the eye level back to even at 2. You do not want to fall asleep with Gordon at second. He might try to take off. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Stanton sends it up the middle. This is a base hit. Rounding third is Gordon. He's going to score, and Miami ties it up. A blown save for Neftali Feliz. Stanton comes up clutch. Sends a rope that just misses hitting Neftali Feliz to tie this game. What a ball game so far. Gordon scored easily, and Justin Bohr stands in. He could potentially win this thing with a gapper. That's a strike, 0-1. Well, Counsell gave Feliz the bump here. He trusted him with the ball, and Feliz allowed to run the score. He's been having issues lately. And the 0-1 pitch is popped foul. Little check swing. Gets out of play. Giancarlo Stanton comes up huge for his team to keep the season alive. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Bohr, and he strikes out looking. A big out number 2 recorded from Feliz. Flustered from the last at-bat. And Justin Bohr has not had himself a good ball game. Take a look at all the sequences. He has struck out 4 times in this ball game. The sombrero as Tomas Talis comes in the pinch hit. He's a switch hitter. "4-4 in the 10th. Stanton the runner at first with 2 down. And the first pitch from Feliz is 96 and high, 1-0. Tomas Talis is 1 for 2 in the postseason. Here's the pitch to him, and it's sent in the air to left. That's Braun ranging to his left. Makes the catch. And that will conclude matters in the 10th, but not before Giancarlo Stanton comes up huge. Ties the ball game for his club. We move on in a 4-4 game.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins,
Mike Dunn is going to pitch the 11th now for Miami. A.J. Ramos. He gave up the lead, but his offense tied it up for him. He's off the hook. It's the bottom part of the lineup. Jet Bandy, 1 for 4 due to lead things off as the Brewers want to retake the lead here in Game 3 of the National League Division Series. Bandy looks at a slider outside to start the at-bat. Shadows have pretty much crept over the entire ballpark to this point. Sun is starting to get low in this October sky. 1-1 on Bandy, looks at a strike. And the 1-1 pitch is a give-me call. 1-2, he's displeased. I don't blame him, that pitch wasn't even close. The home plate umpire calls it a strike, no point in arguing. Andy wanting to get something going for his club. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he pops it up. This is going to stay playable for Real Muto, who makes the catch by the Brewers dugout, and Bandy is out number 1.
Now batting, pitcher, Neftali.
So it's the pitcher spot due up, and it's going to be Keon Broxton grabbing a bat. The Brewers are getting thin on their bench. Neil Ramirez is warming up in the Brewers pen. Feliz, he blew the save, and his afternoon is done. Broxton stands in for the first time this postseason and looks low. It's a ball and no strikes on the Brewers' backup outfielder. Outside from Dunn, 96. That's a lot more gas on his fastball than A.J. Ramos. Normally the setup man for the Marlins. 2-0 pitch is outside. So he retired Bandy in convincing fashion, but he's falling behind. It's 3-0 on Keon Broxton. Sets from the stretch, and he just walked him on 4 pitches. So the Brewers do have speed on the base paths now, since Keon Broxton drew a 4-pitch walk, and Jonathan Villar stands in. He's 0 for 5 in the ballgame. He lined out back in the 10th inning. First pitch from Dunn, and it's 5 consecutive balls thrown now by Mike Dunn. The Marlins lefty setup man. Broxton with speed at first. Don't be surprised if he's off, and he is. Pitch is outside. Real Muto's throw is way late, and Broxton swipes a bag. Puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. 2-0 pitch to Villar is inside. It is 3-0 now on Villar. With Lutz due next, 3 for 5. Just one man down here in the 11th. In a 4-4 game, the 3-0 pitch catches the zone. It's a slider. Yeah, no one's left this ball game. Few left. Yeah, made a mistake. 3-1. Here's the pitch, and Villar rolls over a slider and hits it foul. Count is full with Broxton at second. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Villar sends it a mile high into left. Not going to carry. And I believe that's Newton that makes the catch for the second out. That's a big out there. Well, the 11th inning is now up to Dusty Lutz. 3 for 5 in the game with a homer. 2 RBIs. He's got a double. And he's actually a triple shy of the cycle. Broxton at second, and on the first pitch, sends one. This is deep in the air to center field. Retreating is Yelich, and he makes the catch on the warning track. That's going to end the inning. Brewers cannot scratch the 5th run of the game across. We continue on. It's 4-4 after 10 and a half. Well, Mike Dunn got out of a jam in the top half of the 11th inning, and Neil Ramirez comes in a tie game. It is 4-4. The acting closer comes in a tight spot. JT Real Muto leads things off, and the first pitch is fouled away. It is 0-1 on the Marlins backstop. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Ramirez fires a strike. To JT. It is 0-2. Looking to keep this season alive. I've said it many times before in this broadcast. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he sends it foul again. Going with a lot of fastballs in this at-bat. 0-2 pitch to Real Muto is sent in the air. This is deep. Back, track, wall, and gone. The Marlins win it here in the 11th inning thanks to a solo shot by JT Real Muto, and they keep their season alive. 5-4 the final score here from Marlins Park in a long, long contest. An absolute thriller. Disappointing that the Brewers cannot get the sweep. They still lead the series 2-1. Marlins players filing out of the dugout in celebration. It was a back and forth ball game. The Brewers took the lead in the 10th. Giancarlo Stanton tied things up in the bottom half of the 10th to make it a 4-4 game, and in the 11th, JT Real Muto goes deep off of Neil Ramirez. That was a fastball that just caught way too much of the plate. And the season continues on for Miami. I would like to think he's going to be the player of the game, and yes, he is. He ends up going 2 for 5 with a big home run in the 11th inning to give his club the win and to drag the series on to at least 4 games. For the victorious Marlins, they score 5 runs on 13 hits and play clean defensive ball. For the Brewers, 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors on their side as well. And a long, long affair, the longest broadcast so far. Once again, the final score here from Game 3 in the National League Division Series. The Marlins win it 5-4. Until next time, good night, good luck.
Final line score for this afternoon.
Well, as we take a look at the upcoming matchup, Game 4 in the series, it's going to be Fernando Luis, the rookie, taking the mound for the Brewers against Wei Yin Chen, who started Game 1 of this NLDS in a contest in which the Brewers won 6-4. Tune in next broadcast for Game 4 of the NLDS here on the Brewers Radio Network.